After owning over 100 rental properties, these are the best types of houses to buy. They're 3-bed, 1-bath houses on a slab, roughly 1,000 square feet. So I've owned single family houses, multi-family houses, apartment buildings, 3,000 square foot houses, and 800 square foot houses. And the thing is, with rental properties, the bigger the house is, the more it costs to own and upkeep these properties. So if you own a 3,000 square foot, 4-bed, 2-bath house, yes, that might rent for $1,800 instead of $1,500, but also to turn over a 3,000 square foot house versus a 1,000 square foot house is going to cost you 3 times as much money to do the paint, to do the flooring, to do the extra bathroom, to only collect an extra $300 a month. It just doesn't make sense. The other side of that is having a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, but also having a basement. You see, in real estate, there's a saying out there that says basements can make or break deals, because basements is where all the big expense comes from. You have all your MEPs, your mechanicals, which is your HVAC and your air conditioning unit. You have all your electrical and you have all your plumbing. You also have foundation structural issues and water problems. I live in Columbus, Ohio. That's where I invest. And there's water in the basements all the time because it's just gravity. Water goes into the subsurface, into the dirt, and then it can go into the basement. So with that, we have water problems, which it is very expensive to fix water in basements. We have to install what's called a sump pump and a French drain system, which can cost $4, $6, $8, $10,000, depending on the size of the basement. So what I've learned over many, many years owning a lot of rental properties is, yes, I'll still buy the house that has a basement on it. Yes, I'll still buy a house that has 3,000 square feet. It is much larger than I want, but I want those houses to have a little bit more cash flow because I know that there's going to be some more expenses that come to light. So my favorite houses to buy are 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,000 square foot houses on a slab, which means there's no basement. It's just built on a concrete slab. And I've learned one other thing with those types of houses: sewer problems this year, in the last 6 months, has really become an issue for me. Because what happens is tenants move in, then they start using the bathrooms and the showers and everything, and it goes in, and then the sewers back up into the house, which is not good. You don't want sewage inside of your house. And what I've learned is, on the acquisition, when I go to purchase properties on a slab now, we do what's called, we camera the sewer lines. So we'll hire somebody, pay them $200, $300 to go in with a 100-foot camera, and they'll stick a line with a camera on it down the sewer line, and we'll run it all the way out to the main sewer line at the city to make sure that the sewer line's not broken, nor is it clogged, nor does it have tree roots in it. If it has all those things, sometimes we can jet the line, which may cost $500, $600. Other times we have to dig out the entire sewer line and replace it, which can cost $4,000, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, depending on how far the sewer line is. So that is one thing with slab houses that you gotta check. You gotta camera the line, because I've learned that the hard way. Unfortunately, in the last 6 months, I've never had really sewer line issues. And I've had 4 slab houses that have all had sewer problems. So that's something that we have to check on going forward, every single house. So in this neighborhood here, I own a decent amount of rental properties, 3-bed, 1-bath houses on a slab, because again, I love these types of houses. So if we look over here to the right, this red house, that's another one that I own. It does have a garage in the back, but it's just a simple 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,000-ish square foot house, again, on a slab. It's a great model for me. I love buying houses like that. Typically in my area, I'm buying these houses anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 and putting anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000 into them, and then they're worth anywhere from $170,000 to $200,000 on the back end. So this house right here on the right, the gray one, is another one that we just recently purchased. Again, 3-bed, 1-bath, about 1,000 square foot on a slab. The one with that is we had a sewer problem on that one. So we had to dig up the sewer line, replace it because it was clogged, and get it back into use. For example, this house, this brick one right here, ended up buying this one for $72,500. I originally had it in contract for $50,000, but they got to renegotiate me because they were going to back out of the deal. I paid $72,500 for that house. I put $30,000 into it, so I was into it for $102,000, and it appraised at that time for $150,000. But those same houses are worth $190,000 today, so I'm into it for $100,000. It's worth $190,000. My mortgage payment is about $800 a month, and it rents for $1,500 a month. So I'm making $700 a month in passive income. And it didn't rent for $1,500 a month when I bought it. It rented for $1,300 a month when I bought it. and it has since gone up. That's the beautiful thing about owning real estate is rent increases over time and your mortgage payment stays the same. So typically for just the cosmetic renovation, when we're going in to do a house, it'll cost us roughly $30,000 to do a full kitchen, a full bathroom, paint the entire house, and put all new flooring in the entire house. If we get into bigger houses, now we're talking $40,000 to $45,000, and those bigger houses have roofs as well. You know, a roof on these types of houses will cost us maybe $4,500. On these bigger houses, they're going to cost us $8,000 because it simply just has a bigger footprint. So everything can add up significantly more as the house gets bigger. You see, there's a million ways to make $1 million in real estate, but for me, these types of houses are very affordable, so your downside risk is limited, and there's very minimal maintenance over the long term. So it's one of the more affordable asset classes, which there will always be somebody in need of an affordable asset class. And if you have to sell it, there's always a plethora of buyers because it's the entry-level home market. So if you want to see me do more videos like this, drop an emoji below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button so you can get all this content going forward.